Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to nail IB Economics ASL and HL Paper 1. Okay, let's do it. This is incredible guide that I made for you and exclusively free for you. You can see that there is graphs and formulas for the IB Economics ASL and HL. Here you can see the microeconomics topics. Here is a production possibility curve, demand, supply equilibrium, demand and supply with formulas, market equilibrium, elasticity, formulas, government intervention with formulas, externalities, theory of the firm, and etc. and etc. Just go to the description box and download this free guide. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we want to know how to write paper 1 correctly, and we want to know what is the structure of paper 1. Okay, so firstly that you should know, you have 75 minutes in total, so you have to complete paper 1, so you should use your time wisely. Think about it, okay? The second thing, you have only 2 questions. So when you open paper 1, you will get enough questions, but you should understand that you should answer only 1 question. There will be 2 small questions for the 10 mark and for the 15 mark question. The third thing, as I already mentioned, you have to answer 1 question only. Think always about it. Think about it. Okay, remember, you only need to answer 1 full question. Don't try both. Okay, topic selection. Yeah, you have only 3 topics: microeconomics, macroeconomics, and the global economy. You already know that the microeconomics, it's only about the relationship between consumer, producer, and some kind of a government intervention. So it will be some kind of the individual markets, supply and demand, and just kind of a firm behavior. Macroeconomics, we want to know the macro thing, the aggregate things. So we want to know about the households, about the firms in total, we want to know about the government and their policies, and the foreign sector. And the third one is the global economy. This is the interaction of one country with other countries. So here we can analyze international trade. So let's move on. Okay, example of paper 1. Just typical example of paper 1 for 2023 for the May. Here you see that there is 3 questions. And if you see just in details, you can see that the first question regard to microeconomics. Just for example, explain why in a monopolistic competition abnormal profits can be made only in the short run. B. Using real-world examples, discuss the view that monopolistic competition is more desirable market structure than oligopoly. The second question, we can see there is only about the macro topics. You explain the natural rate of unemployment. Using real-world example, evaluate the effectiveness of monetary policy in reducing a large inflationary gap. And the third one, this is the global economy. Explain how education programs and health programs can promote economic development. Using real-world examples, discuss the view that the weak institutional framework in many economically least developed countries represents the most significant barrier to economic growth. Okay, let's move on to the first 10-mark question. How to write 10-mark question. Okay, the first thing is you have to explain the concepts. Just clearly define and explain economic terms and theories. The second thing is a time management. Just spend about 25 minutes on this question. And the third components will be use DDE technique. Just use definitions, diagrams, explanation, a relevant example. This is the main structure that you should focus on. You should always lead to this structure. And the fourth one, you always need for the 10 marks question, you need to avoid evaluation. Just focus on explanation, not evaluation for 10-mark question. Okay, 10-mark question example. As you already saw, we have here three basic question. You see that it starts with explain. So the first thing, this is explain. Give a definition. For example, for the first one, explain two determinants of price elasticity of demand. Just explain what is price elasticity of demand, what is its formula, what are types. The second one, give it diagrams. Okay, just if there is something about the price elasticity of demand, just illustrate elastic and elastic demand curve. Okay, just explain what you have drawn, like explain elastic demand. Discuss how small price changes affect quantity demand. Use examples like sparkling water. Okay, and explain inelastic demand. Show how large prices changes minimally affect quantity demand. Use examples like petrol. So, by the way, you only, for the 10-mark question, you just only need, just give it definitions. Just make some diagrams and explain them. That's all you need. And give relevant examples. Relevant. Just like for the elastic demand will be sparkling water. Why it's sparkling water? Because it refers to less small changes of the prices, but huge change of quantity demanded. And the same way will be for inelastic demand. The next one will be 15-mark question. This is, it's more challenging, of course, but here you always need to discuss, just analyze multiple policies or pros and cons technique. The second thing, use DD triple E technique, definitions, diagrams, explanation, real world example. This is the key figure here, and evaluation. Okay, in my Telegram, I explained how to nail your evaluation, so you can just subscribe to my Telegram channel, and probably I will make just a separate video how to do evaluation. And the third one, you should allocate about 40-45 minutes for this question. Balance your arguments, of course. There are examples of 50-mark question. Okay, the first will be using real world example. Okay, I know, real world example, just 40-15-mark question. Discuss how government might respond to situation in which there is a high concentration ratio in the market. I made an example, just explain concentration ratio. Just as for the 10 marks question, you give definitions, perfect competition and monopoly. This third thing, you think, okay, how government might respond to situation in which there is a high concentration ratio in the market. You think, okay, should government intervene to this policy, to this high concentration ratio in the market, because either is some kind of a positive outcome or negative outcome. This is the first paragraph. Okay, should they intervene or not? The second one, oh no, they should not intervene, because like there will be negative externalities, for example, and you, for the evaluation, you consider short-term and long-term effect. You always think in evaluation, the first thing, you think about the stakeholders. So if the government might respond or will respond to situation, what kind of other participants, what kind of influences will be for other participants. For example, for the consumers, there will be, I don't know, higher prices if there is a high concentration ratio in the market, or probably there is some kind of, I don't know, outcomes. The second thing, you always think about the second thing, short and long-term effects. Okay, so if the government will intervene, what kind of short-term outcomes will be, and you probably can describe about the long-term effect. Okay, and the government capabilities, what they can do. Okay, there is two other examples for 15-mark questions, like discuss whether gross national income. This is kind of your homework. You can make it, okay, because it's kind of a simple. Okay. The next thing, like this is the final thing, yeah. And we can sum up. For the 10-mark question, you have to use technique DDE, definitions, diagrams, explanation, and relevant examples. For the 15-mark, you have to use definitions, explanations, diagrams, like real-world examples, of course, and evaluation. So you have to know the 15-mark question, is different from 10 marks question just only with real world examples and with evaluation. That's all you need to know. Okay? Thank you guys. See you later. Bye bye.